Hey, what is up everybody? Manic Media Dream here, and I'm back with another video. I'm going to give you a little bit of a spoiler as to what this video is going to be about, as if you can guess what the video is going to be about based on the literal title of this video. But the video is going to be about Psych! I just love buying merch. Anytime I get completely obsessed with a show, I'll often buy merch for it. So even if you check out like my Charmed video, I'm like fully wearing like the Charmed merch in that. But today we are definitely going to be talking about Psych, and the specific unboxing that I am going to be doing is the complete collection of Psych. Like, holy crap, you guys. I am so grateful that I was on Amazon when I was on Amazon, because I got this from Amazon, and it just so happened that it was on sale. Like, this was on my wish list for like basically forever, because it's like so stupidly expensive. But then it went on sale, and this was one of the items that popped up, and I was just like, holy fudge, like I have to own it, because I've been probably waiting a year and a half to get this, and it just would never, it actually would increase in price. I'm just like, what the actual fudge is going on with this show? But yeah, I finally own it, and I'm so excited. So before I actually get into the unboxing of it, I just want to go over the show a little bit, just so y'all know what you're in for. So it is a detective show. However, it is very different from other detective shows because it's a comedy. That's not to say that it's not, 40 minutes. Like, usually comedies are like sitcoms where they're gonna have like 20-minute episodes, but this show is 40 minutes per episode, but it's more so just two sitcom episodes glued together. So like, I mean, yeah, you could say that it's a dramedy, but it's like, it's so good, as far as like the upbeat comedic aspect of it, that it almost feels like it's unfair to call it a dramedy, and I would just label it as a comedy. But yeah, that's Psych. So the hook of the show is basically that this guy right here, Mr. Shawn Spencer, if you will, convinces the Santa Barbara Police Department that he is indeed a psychic, and so he can help out with cases that they have. But what's actually going on is that he's just super hyper observant, and his dad, Henry Spencer, used to be a cop, and sort of like used his son's natural talents to sort of like help him pick up on clues that would otherwise be missed. And so he's like super smart and, uses the skill to basically like figure out, oh my God, this person like committed this crime, or this person is behind A, B, and C storyline. So it's like super engaging because they actually guide you through his like thought process. And I know some of you are thinking, oh my God, this is just like The Mentalist. Well, this show came out way before The Mentalist did. Well, I shouldn't say way before. It literally came out a year before The Mentalist did. But The Mentalist, I think, was very dark and gritty, and this was not as dark and gritty. I have no idea. I haven't seen The Mentalist, so don't at me. But it is on my watch list. I'll eventually get to it. If it's anything like Psych, I know I'm going to have a really good time. But I do know that this is lighthearted when compared to The Mentalist. And they throw a few, like, jabs at The Mentalist too, where they're just like, I don't even remember the exact line, but it's something just like, oh my God, like a show about a psychic who works for the police department, like who would even watch that? But it was one of the highest rated shows on the USA Network. This comedy like aired for 8 seasons, plus a movie, plus another movie, and then another movie, and they're actually still running. This show hasn't ended. Like, this box set only has like one of the movies, so it's just that one. So that was the first movie, and they still have that on here. They just don't have movie number 2 and 3. I think you have to like subscribe to Peacock or something to watch it. For me, it was on Stack TV. I had to subscribe to that to watch both of the movies because they don't have Peacock up north. So I was like, oh fudge, I have to like get a different streaming service. But yeah, the show is still currently running. I think it ran from 2006 to 2014. But the movies still keep the show alive. The characters, like their storylines, are still continuing. So yeah, it's pretty wild. I don't think there's ever been a scenario where a show has been kept alive the way that this show has been kept alive. So even though it says it's the complete collection, it's obviously there's like a little bit missing, but that's because the franchise is still continuing. Anyway, so the people that Mr. Shawn Spencer convinces are Lassiter, who is the head detective of the Santa Barbara Police Department. I'm pretty sure he's the head detective, because he's the one that Shawn like reports to a lot. This lady is the chief, and she basically signs off on like, oh yeah, Shawn can like help out the Santa Barbara Police Department. What's interesting is this person, Juliette O'Hara, is like very much a part of the show, but she's just not in the first episode because I don't think they actually knew what they were doing in the first episode. That's not to say that the first episode is bad. The first episode is fantastic, but I think they just hadn't found what the show was going to actually be like. Was it going to be like dark and gritty? Was it going to be comedic? And you can sort of tell because in the first episode of Psych, it is darker, I would say, compared to the rest of the season, where it's kind of, I don't know, I just remember like Shawn having a gun at some point and then that gun just disappeared and I'm just like, that gun would have come in handy in like many of the other episodes, but it was a bit more dramatic, and even his relationship with his father was shown to be a lot more intense than what the later episodes, I don't want to say retcon, but it just didn't like, you know, they didn't hone in on how incredibly dramatic it could have been had it been like what I would think The Mentalist would be like, if that makes sense. I should really watch The Mentalist. So yeah, we're gonna get into unboxing this guy. I know it like sounds like such a convoluted story, but it's actually so worth it. And like those of you who've already seen Psych, like y'all know what I'm talking about. Like this show is so good. To be completely honest, it will put a smile on your face. While there are long running arcs in this show, it's very easy to just like you know, watch one episode randomly for any of the earlier seasons and be like, oh hey, this is like really interesting, because they have like standalone episodes and then they have like a recurring storyline, so they found the balance really well with this show. On to the unboxing. All right, so I just have it a little bit to the side, just because I'm getting a little bit of a glare from the lighting. So yeah, I'm just gonna have it a bit over here. So let me start off with why there is a pineapple that represents the essence of this show. Apparently the guy who plays Shawn Spencer, when they were filming the pilot, just happened to pick up a pineapple and offered to take it with him and Gus. I actually don't even remember the pilot because it's been a while since I watched the show. But he just happened to pick up a pineapple that was on set, and after that the creators liked the spontaneity of the actor doing that the pineapple just became associated with the show. And one of the fun facts about this show is that almost every episode has some reference to and or a pineapple included in the scene in some way, shape, or form. And fans are obsessed with the pineapple, and that's why even my shirt had a pineapple on it, and that's what they associate with Psych. So you're gonna see all sorts of stuff in the show. You're gonna see like just regular pineapples, cut up pineapples, pineapple upside down cakes, etc. It's really creative, and I just think because of the, you know, tough on the outside, sweet on the inside element of the pineapple, it actually like really works for the show, metaphorically speaking anyway, but I overanalyze things for literally no reason. So that's mainly a me thing, but the creators really like the pineapple. That's why the pineapple is now associated with the show. Anyway, when we get to the actual unboxing, so for this box set, I know that there's a different box set out there that's like green, and it's sort of like, I think you slide the discs out of it or something like that. This one's a repackaged version and it's blue instead. You just have a bunch of discs like stacked inside. I do wish, like considering the fan base that Psych has, that it was more like novelty inclined, like whether it was some kind of like detective case file looking thing and then all the discs would be in like the different files. Let's get into the actual unboxing though. So let me just rip that off here. I also just like really appreciate how difficult it is to actually open this, because it just means that it's like super secure. I'm also like really afraid because I ordered this a little while ago, and I just really hope that there's no discs with scratches or any dislocated discs, because that just grinds my gears like nobody's business. Okay, and then if I just ooh Oh, I likes it. I likes it. And over here you have Mr. Shawn Spencer and Burton Guster. And let me just tell you this right now. While I appreciate all of the characters, the friendship these two have is golden. Like, they are just one of the best mystery solving duos I have seen on screen. Especially for a comedy. Like, there are some episodes where the stakes are so high and you're like, am I even watching a comedy? But again, it's that weird thing where it's like a comedy but it's like also a drama. I just choose to see Psych as more of a comedy than a drama. What's getting a little interesting is I don't actually know how to navigate this set. Oh, it's not a flipper. That's really interesting. So for anybody getting into this show, just know you will have to navigate through a lot of discs. Oh, because they're all stacked on top of each other. So while there are like some scratches at the top, I don't really care about those, but as long as there aren't any, wow, that's a big scratch. I'm actually gonna test this disc out and see if it actually works, because sometimes there are scratches, but the disc works fine. But no big deal. I'll probably just like end up returning it and like getting a new set that doesn't have as many scratches or anything like that. But hey, this gives me a reason to rewatch it. But yeah, so oh hey, look, that's me. But yeah, I think my issue that I would have with this disc in the long run is that, you know, getting to the right season is just going to be a chore. I think maybe I'm just not working it right. There we go. Wow. Okay. That's not good. I was afraid of this, but that is okay. It happens. So yeah, you got some discs there. Doesn't seem to be any scratches. So that's okay. Like, even if they're all out or anything like that, I don't mind as long as there's no scratches, because scratches are my biggest pet peeve. But let me just double check that disc in the DVD player at some point. Yeah. But the problem with this kind of a set, and I don't have any sets that are like this, but because I thought it would be like the flipper one, but I think because it's a different company, like the flipper ones are usually for any Paramount Studio DVD releases. This one is more, this one is Universal though, so I think the way Universal makes their discs, like, this is so stressful because I can't even unhook this disc. It's like it's stuck underneath the others. And I can't even get to like season 1. So hold on, let me see how I can navigate. There we go. And then that's where the first season is. I think what I'm going to end up doing, because like I like the artwork on the set, I am probably... Okay, there's like a minor scratch. Oh, that squeaking sound does not sound that great. But yeah, the discs do not look that bad. And I think the first season, and I could be wrong, has the least amount of episodes. I don't necessarily remember. But yeah, let me just bring this down here. Push that down there. Okay, and then we're just gonna put the third disc back, but there's a lot of content in here. So if you're just looking for a show to watch that you're like, hey, I have gone through all of my sitcoms, I have gone through basically whatever, this is a show that I would 100% recommend. The box set, on the other hand, I'm not the biggest fan of this style of box set, so I'll probably end up putting them in like a CD case, just so that, you know, it preserves them in the long run. But again, there's so much going on in this set. I wish they had like just arranged this appropriately. And then let's see what's actually like this sleeve. I'm kind of curious if it even lists out episodes or anything like that. Okay, it does. So here you go. You have basically a bunch of different episodes listed over here. And oopsies, found an error right there. You have 15 True Gifts and then 15 Santa Barbara Town. Oh, unless they are the same episode in just different parts. But yeah, it's like, it's 8 seasons. There's a bonus disc in their Psych After show. So can't wait to jump into that. Oh, and the musicals there as well, which I think was part of season 8 technically. But yeah. Ooh. I'm so glad they went with the blue because I think the office for Psych is like located by the shore, so it really captures like the vibes of California, even though it was like filmed in Vancouver. But yeah, that is me just going through like the actual set itself. It is a very good, and I'm gonna be completely honest, this is a very good and financially sound way of owning the episodes in some way, shape, or form, because I've like seen the prices if you want to buy it digitally, and it's like stupidly expensive. And again, I don't have Peacock where I'm at, so I can't even like watch the show via stream. Like I literally have to get a VPN. And yeah, I just really don't feel like getting a VPN. So I'd much rather like own it and be able to watch it literally whenever I want. So I'll figure out how to like arrange the discs. But yeah, this is essentially what the box set is. It doesn't take up too much space or anything like that. And you got a bunch of different bonus features to basically keep yourself occupied. So when you do go down the rabbit hole that is Psych, you are going to be set. It is going to be a lot of fun. 10 out of 10, 12 out of 10, I would recommend. Box set, probably like a 4 out of 10. Not impressed with this box set. But yeah. And as per usual, it is always a pleasure chatting with you guys about shows that I'm just obsessed with. I'm going to try to do some other content, but yeah, I will keep you posted in regards to that. Let me know in the comments down below what you think of the box set, because I know Psych has like a pretty incredible fan base, and I'm kind of curious as to what their reaction to this box set would be. Let me know what you think of Psych as a show in general, if you've seen it, if you want to see it. When I watched it for the first time, I watched it on Amazon Prime, and they have since removed it from Amazon Prime, and I can't find it anywhere. So I kind of had to get the DVD because sometimes I'm just like, hey, I've had like a really stressful day. I just want to sit back and watch two goofy guys try to solve a mystery. And Psych is that show. Let me know if you have that other box set, by the way. So anyone watching who has a green box set, let me know if that one's any different or if it still has the discs stacked on top of each other like this, or if it's like those flip through ones. Where each disc sort of has its own place and you only have one or two that are overlapping with each other but not like stacked upon each other. Because if I can, I'll probably end up getting that one just so that it's easier to keep. Leave this video a like if you enjoyed. Make sure to hit that subscribe button because again, I will be coming out with more content as the year goes by. Thank you so much for going through the unboxing journey with me. I will be coming out with more videos shortly. Have a good one. Bye.